So welcome back guys, this is Madhav PVL and today we are going to discuss about this system call. So let us just get into the topic. So what is meant by a system call? So system call is nothing but this is just a command which is passed by this kernel mode. So what is kernel mode? As I had said before in our previous videos, so kernel mode is nothing but it is just the involvement of a system in its interface with CPU. So kernel mode is a low level language which will just speak with CPU in this binary code. So the command which was given by the user will be converted into a low level language with the help of this kernel, and then it will just speak with the CPU to just execute that command or the code, whatever it may be. So the system call, the code which we write on user interface will access the system call in this kernel mode. So it is some short definition of this system call. So it is a low level programming language which will just speak with the CPU. So system calls are of 5 types. So basically there are file related system calls, and then device related system calls, and then information related system calls, and then process control system calls, and then communication purpose system calls. So basically now let us just get into this each one. So let me just read these commands: open, read, write, close, etc. So read, write, reposition, get pet, attributes, get time and data, load, execute, abort, fork, wait, pipe, create, delete, connections. So if we just think, except this information related system calls, only one thing, get pet. So I will just discuss about that, and the remaining all things are of normal English language, right? So open, read, write, and all those things we know very well about the basic English. So these are the 5 types of system calls. So what is meant by a file related system call? To access the items in files with some functions. So what is meant by accessing the items in files? So if we just consider a command to just create a new file, then CPU needs to get into this register and create a new register for that file. So to create that register, this system call, that is kernel, should do some process, right? So with this functions, it will just perform a process with this command basically. So with this command, it will just perform a process which is related to file, which will access all the items in the file with some functions, and it will just do the required things. So this is about this file related system call. And then while coming to device related, so to access the hardware unit with some privilege by OS. So basically operating system is a combination of both hardware and software, right? So the working of the hardware with the help of a software is device related commands. So the operating system need to access all the hardware unit of this CPU, right? So all the hardware unit of this computer, right? So to access this, we need some device related commands. So this is to access the hardware unit with some privilege by operating system, and then information to get the info about the system and files. So basically what is meant by information? So information is nothing but what is the file name, what is the file size, what is the file type, when it is created, is it modified, what is its format. So all these things will be dealt in this information. And then while coming to process control, to load any process into this main memory to execute. So basically if we need to execute a program, then we can't execute in this kernel mode because its mode bit is 0. We need to just execute in this user mode, like the things which were done by the user or things which were only for the user will be done in this user mode, right? So basically we need to just execute the program by getting it to this main memory. So the process control is nothing but to load any process into this main memory to execute a program. And then communication purpose. So multiprocessor communications are possible. So this communication purpose is nothing but a single memory shared by multiple number of systems. So there should be a common communication between themselves, right? Like a shared memory unit. So this can be possible with the help of this communication. So let us just get into this. As I said before, I will just deal with this get PID. So now we need to just know about get PID, right? So let me just get into Paint. Get PID is the only function which we can just get confused. It is not so big. So basically, if we just consider a class of 10 people, so let us just consider a class of 10 people, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So okay, let us just consider till 9. So if we just consider these people, so if we just consider these people, so now if we just try to call this one, so how we need to call the one, like call one. So if you just call the one, then it will just give the one. So the one will come, right? So get PID is nothing but to keep some unique names to the all those files. Like we can just say like a unique name, which is only understandable only by this getpad or only by this kernel mode. So the code or the name, this can be understood only by this kernel mode. So the getpad's work is to just keep a unique name for this any file related or any or any file or anything whatever it may be. So anything which is just getting into this kernel mode will need to just get some unique name, right? So to get that unique name, we need to just use this function like getPaid. So this is all about getPaid, and then I think this whole thing is fine about this system calls. So thank you for watching, guys.